Premier League predictions, round 5. Manchester United versus Leicester City.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Premier League predictions. Yes, it is round number 5. We're back after an international break. I am leading 3-1 overall in our predictions. We're going to put a little link to our website where you can follow our predictions journey right there and play along as well. Just before we get into it, just please give this video a like, give it a thumbs up, it helps so much, and subscribe to the channel. We're really growing the channel really nicely now. We'd like it to continue, and thank you to everybody. So, we've delayed that far too long. Thomas, crack on with the first game.
Liverpool versus Newcastle United.
Oh my word. Well, let me tell you something. I am on a one-man crusade to spread the message and spread the word to give Steve Bruce a chance. This is a guy that rescued a valuable point against Watford. They were 1-0 down. Old Newcastle under Rafa would have given that game up, but he came roaring back and they got a point. The whole of St James's Park is behind them. This guy is the second coming of Kevin Keegan. I will love it. Get them into Europe sometime soon. But I'm backing Liverpool to win 3-0. I can't keep backing against them. I backed against Liverpool last time and I keep losing valuable points.
Well, I'm going to do what we've done to Man City for roughly the last 2 years. They're not worth talking about. They're really bloody good. They're one of the best sides on earth. They've just won a Champions League. Enough said. Liverpool 4, Newcastle United 0.
They are worth talking about. We just don't have anything to say about them because they are that good.
Well, yeah, like what am I going to say that's new?
And you're a Man United fan. You shouldn't be liking Liverpool. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Burnley.
I mean, talk about glamour tie of the round. This one is really taking the bacon on this one. Ooh-wee.
I hope this one's on telly.
Brighton's good start has fallen away pretty hard. They got smashed by City last week. Burnley have started the season a bit like they started every Premier League season except for last year. Really well, really strong, hard to beat, scoring random goals, winning games they shouldn't win. I think Brighton are better this year than I thought they were going to be, and my brain has turned a little bit on them. I may be wrong in 2 games' time. I may be going for Brighton losses, but right now, going for a 1-1 draw. I think Burnley will grind it out, and I think Brighton will feel aggrieved to have not won the game.
I think Brighton will just nick it. I think they'll win 2-1. I agree with you that Brighton are looking a lot better than they were last season. They won the first game, they haven't kicked on since then, but I just think they'll squeak this one 2-1.
Sheffield United versus Southampton.
Let me get in close for this, because I don't think you're quite getting the message, Thomas, but I am a big fan of King Ralph.
King Ralph.
And King Ralph never disappoints. The only way he slightly disappointed this season is the fact that he didn't get a win over the absolute train wreck that is Man United. Although they did come from a goal down to get a valuable point. He is so good at pressing and squeezing sides, and although I love Sheffield United because I love Chris Wilder, here's a picture of him falling over in the playoff final where Oxford beat York. It pains me, but I have to back the King, and it's a 2-0 win for the Saints.
Sheffield United 2, Southampton 1.
Thomas, the Eagles are coming!
Tottenham Hotspur versus Crystal Palace.
Everybody seems to be trying to write Tottenham off already. I've heard people saying they've had a bad start. They drew with City, they drew with Arsenal, and they had a bad result against Newcastle, but anyone's going to have that because Steve Bruce is amazing. Pochettino, for some reason, is the joint favourite to leave. I don't get it. I'm backing Spurs in this one. I'm going to say they're going to win 3-1.
I think this is like indicative of the league we're playing in right now, where Liverpool and City are so good that if you don't win literally every game, and we're talking like 34 of 38 matches, you're a bad team, which is no sense. We're in video game numbers right now. It's like following Ronaldo or Messi. It's, a goal and a half a game. It's not a goal every other game like Sergio Aguero, who's easily one of the best strikers on earth.
Sorry to interrupt, but it does feel a little bit like it was last season, a bit like this, but this season it seems even more that like City and Liverpool, the only teams that seem like they're going to lose to are each other.
Yeah, so last season we got a good half of the season where Spurs were keeping up, and then they had this classic Spursian drop-off where they lost like 2 or 3 games or drew 2 or 3 games in the league, dropped out the FA Cup, League Cup didn't pan out, and The Champions League was almost a shock at the end of the day. Like, they maintained third
held
place.
the season together in the end, didn't it? Yeah.
But it was classic Spurs. They're just throwing things away. And I gotta be honest here, the Spurs are too good to not. What the media will describe as right the shit, but I think for us it's just play as they normally play. They've got one of the best creative midfielders on earth, probably the best striker on earth, outside of maybe Cristiano Ronaldo. You're my boy. I got
and
Spurs.
Sanchez.
Jadon Sancho, right?
Yeah.
I got Spurs to win this one. 3-1 late Zaha goal for Palace, just to pull it back.
Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Chelsea.
I think we finally got a match here I actually want to talk about. Chelsea are really fun to watch right now. I'm starting to like them a little bit more than I'm liking Man United when I watch them, because their young players all seem like they're growing into the role. Tammy Abraham actually looks better than Marcus Rashford. Mason Mount is electric on the ball. He's great. And this Chelsea team seems to be improving under a charismatic manager, Frank Lampard. If Kurt Zuma literally wasn't stuck with 2 left feet, they'd probably have a lot more points than they have right now. They've been throwing away a lot of random stuff, but they have such insane levels of dominance in these matches. I think they're going to come good. Wolves already look tired. We're 5 weeks into the Premier League and they would look exhausted. I don't think the Europa Cup is an excuse. I know that's what they're going to bring out. At the end of the day, surely somebody in this day and age has figured out how to play football matches that start in July.
I'm sure Arsenal United will be fine with it. United probably won't, but Arsenal will.
Threadbare squad. We got rid of Sanchez. We got rid of Lukaku. No one came in.
Still got Matty James.
Is Lee Grant still in goal?
I like him. He's good. We're going off topic. We're going way off topic.
I got Chelsea to win this one. I just think they're going to come good 2-0.
I'm finding it harder and harder every week to back Chelsea. They seem to be they're good in the first half and terrible in the second half. Case in point was the Sheffield United game. Wolves tend to raise their game against the bigger sides. But Chelsea, how do you get rid of David Luiz and make your defence worse? Entertaining game as always. 2-2 draw.
Just quickly, does Kurt Zuma remind you of Rio Ferdinand and Rio Ferdinand's worst year, or is it just me? That weird year where Rio Ferdinand was trying to bed into the Man United team and just seemed to be like dragging people down left and right, unable to quite sort out his feet. And then all of a sudden, Nemanja Vidic came in and it went from Ferdinand's a little bit shaky to holy crap, they've got the 2 best centre backs on earth playing together.
Always been a touchy-feely guy.
Hi guys, it's Tom here. I really hope you're enjoying the video. If you could please subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying it, that'd be great. Hit the notifications button so you can stay up to date on all the football news that we've got. Have a like, have a click. Please also follow our social media. I am very hot on that. Ian does nothing and it's all me. Again, please look at Grandstand Bettors. They are a fantastic tipster website that know a little bit more than we do. Please have a look in the description. We always timestamp everything. And now, without any further ado, let's get back to all the good stuff.
Norwich City versus Manchester City. Oh my god, it's a tale of 2 cities.
I think we're going to be very, very just almost copy and paste our scores from last weekend or 2 weekends ago into this one. Norwich are not going to be judged on their season on this game. City is just so good. It's going to be 4-0 City.
Let's hope Dealer Smith has prepared some nice lemon meringue pies, because they're losing 5-0. They need some sugar when they get in that dressing, and they need to perk back up.
AFC Bournemouth versus Everton.
Oh, now here's a match I can get my freaking teeth into. Eddie Howe, my man crush, the love of my life, my boy, leading against the dumpster fire from Liverpool. That's right, you heard it here first. I found another team to hate vehemently for no apparent reason. Oh my god, what a waste of space for Everton. Like, literally, Theo Walcott is your answer. You are garbage. Go out, spend another £200 million on players that are clearly not going to work out, and just keep telling people you're a big club, because we're loving it. Liverpool fans, City fans, Arsenal fans, bring it on. You're shit. You know you're shit. You're going to lose to AFC Bournemouth. You're going to concede 3 goals and not even get one back. 3-0 Bournemouth. Come on, the cherries.
You've talked for far too long about this boring game for my taste. I find it hard to predict Everton games. They always do the opposite of what I say. So let's go for a draw, 1-1.
So the opposite of that is 0-0.
There you go, get a point.
The raging dumpster fire. Watford host Arsenal.
Oh my God, Arsenal have been amazing this season. There is something special about this team going on right now. They were so good against Spurs, coming back from 2-0 down to get a draw. They should have won that game. They look dynamic going forward. A couple of little tweaks at the back, and they'll be absolutely fine. Watford are in disarray. So Avi Grassi has gone. I predicted that last season. If you go back and watch our old crappy videos, I said he'd be the first manager to leave. I was just one season too early. So they're all over the place. Arsenal all day for me. 2-0 win for the Gunners.
First things first, rest in peace, Javi Garcia. You lost 4 games. Yes, quite literally. No, we were saying this at the beginning of the season. He was on borrowed time from day one. Arsenal, though, are a raging dumpster fire of shit, but I cannot be bothered. I've used all my energy to tell you how much I loathe and despise the Evertonians. Arsenal, you are equally as boring, equally as shit at football, and equally unable to entertain me. Even though Aubameyang's going to get 2 goals, Troy Deeney's going to hit a late winner. 3-2, Watford win.
So you're talking in such a downbeat tone, and then you're predicting a 3-2 game.
Bingo.
Aston Villa versus West Ham United.
So many top-level matches this week. So many really...
A lot of games that are tough to call. That's why we're here, though, Tom.
I don't trust any of my picks for this. I really like Villa this year. I think they're playing better than I thought they would. They spent enough money to play that well. West Ham have lacked any sort of consistency, but you just feel they're going to come good at this point. They were good last week. I keep saying because I keep trying to look at scores and talk to you. I'm just going to talk to you. Ian, I've got West Ham winning this. I wasn't originally going to, but after a conversation pre-match or pre-recording, I'm going 3-2 to West Ham.
I'm going to back West Ham as well. Just to say, Villa were absolutely robbed in their last game. How the referee judged that to be a dive, and how they didn't use technology to overturn that so they could get a point against Palace. Well, that's another story for another time.
Clear and deliberate.
Oh. West Ham have been excellent in the last few weeks. They've got some players back. This guy Haller up front, he seems to have made a big difference for them. Yarmolenko coming back as well. He was such a shame he got injured last season because he looked really good. I'm going to go one less for Villa, though. I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham. It's time for the main event.
Manchester United hosting Leicester City.
Thomas, do you know who I'm happy for?
Jose Mourinho.
Him, yes, that's a good one. Kind of stolen my thunder a bit there. Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez. I'm happy for these two guys that they finally got out of that horror show of a club, Man United, got away from that hacked fraud of Solskjaer and can go back to doing what they do best, and that's playing quality football and scoring goals. Oh my God, how is this guy still in a job? I can't believe they got a point against one of the greatest managers in the league, King Ralph, last weekend. It's so lucky to get that. The only player that looks any good for them is this guy, Matty James. Where the hell they signed him from? Non-league or something? That's the sort of standard Man United are getting these days. This is a joke. Leicester are going to win 3-0.
My biggest problem with Man United right now is that Chelsea seem to have these young enigmatic talents that are really showing off. We seem to be wilting under the pressure. It's like a constant soap opera. We have to fail. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong to add to the storyline, and that's continued. What we have is
You're Liverpool of the past.
Yeah, we very much are, and it's very painful to live through because, being 5th best just gets boring after a while. It's better than being Oxford. Where are you on the table again? Remind me.
With slow burn.
No, I'm gonna bring up one thing here because I don't want to waste any more of these precious people's times. But Marcus Rashford, how much are you turning into Theo Walcott right now? You're a pacey, speedy striker that everyone thinks would probably be better on the wing. We keep putting you up front. We keep thinking you're going to score goals. You can't. You're not good at scoring goals. We keep putting you up there, and it's starting to actually hurt. Every second article written on Man United is like Marcus Rashford working with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can now score goals, and you watch him and he just keeps kicking the ball at the goalkeeper, and then every 5 games scores a magic goal. But isn't that what Papi Cisse used to do for freaking Newcastle? So I'm losing my patience here. We need a director of football. Somebody needs to be helping Ole out, because right now he may be driving the car, he may be at the wheel, the back of the car is on freaking fire. That being said, Man United, can't really predict him to lose because my soul will begin to fester, burn, and
Got to back your boys, Tom.
I'm going 2-0 to the Red Devils.
That'll wrap us up for this week, folks. The scores are in the bag. Who would have thought you'd get 2 Theo Walcott references and a Papa Cisse reference in the same week? That just shows you that really, if you are looking for detailed football analysis, you are in the wrong place. Again, click like, click subscribe. We love you. See you soon.